Good morning. You'll have to forgive my voice. It's still a little scratchy because I've been sick, but I wanted to get some problems done before the STAR test so you guys could be practicing at home. I'm going to go ahead and do what we call a reasonableness problem. And really, a reasonableness problem is just a range problem. We're finding a range, what could be the least amount, what could be the most amount. So I'm going to go through and solve this problem for you guys. Tyler solves from 3 to 7 story problems every night. What is a reasonable number of story problems that he would solve in 4 days? Of course, the first thing we always do is find that important information. So we're looking for a reasonable number of story problems. My students know that reasonable means makes sense, what would make sense or what would work. And he was doing 4 days of story problems. The lowest one that he's got is 3. So the lowest amount he'll do on any day, on any night, is 3 problems. And the 7 is our high. That's the highest amount that he will ever do. Now I want to make sure and explain. A lot of students get confused because they think, oh, what you do is you just multiply 3 times 4 and get 12. That's your low. Not at all. You have to remember that he solves between 3 and 7. So over 4 days, he's going to do at least one low and at least one high. So what we do is a high-low chart, and I'm going to draw that over here for you, or I should call it a low-high chart. And what we do is we want to have our 4 days. So what I usually tell them to do is make 4 groups. That way that they can remember there's 4 days. That's why we're making the groups on each side. So I'm going to put my lows down here. I know the lowest he could have is 3 lows, and we need 1 high because we know that at least one of those nights he did 7 problems. So that's why we're doing it this way. So we're going to go ahead and add those up. 3, 6, 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. That's going to be our low range. So I'm going to go down here to our number line, and I'm going to put that on our low range. And for high, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to have 7, 7, and 7 because we know that he did 7 story problems on some nights, but we know at least one of those nights he did 3 problems. So 7, 14, 21, 22, 23, 24. We know our high range is 24, so I'm going to go ahead and plot that on our number line. So now what we're going to do is we know that the lowest amount he did in 4 days is 16. The highest amount that he did in 4 days is 24. So we're going to go through and see what's a reasonable number of story problems that he could solve in 4 days. Okay, could it be 10? We know that it couldn't be 10 because 10's over here on the number line. So we're going to go ahead and cross that answer out. Could it be 21? Let's go ahead and put that. Oh, we definitely could put 21 on this number line. So I'm going to put a maybe by there. Could it be 30? Nope, 30's past 24, so we know it definitely couldn't be 30. And 34, that's way too much, so I'm going to cross that out as well. So our only answer could be 21. So I'm going to circle that, and that's our answer.